What should you be looking for when sourcing leather bags? Leather bags can make you a lot of money, and they have made me some good money. I don't exclusively sell leather bags because I don't find them with enough frequency to justify putting all of my eggs in that sourcing basket. However, they are nice to find when you do find them. Now, that doesn't mean that you should get every single leather bag that you find. There's certain things that you want to look for. In general, when I'm sourcing leather bags, I'm looking for an insanely high level of quality, craftsmanship, workmanship. And basically, I'm looking for something that I would buy myself. That is how I source for buying leather bags. Now, I have went sourcing with many folks, and it's funny because generally when I'm finding these bags, it's Goodwill, Salvation Army, and yard sales. You can find them at estate sales as well. I have not personally found them there, although in my mind I'm thinking, well, I live in a pretty nice neighborhood here in Charlotte, and you would think you'd see them more often, but it's funny because at the estate sales, those items just don't show up. Or maybe they're gone already. But in any case, when you're sourcing these things, there's a couple different things you really want to look out for. Again, quality. You can feel quality. That's something that you can see it also, but when you pick it up and you feel, oh my goodness, this is kind of detailed really well. And the leather, there's no threads hanging out, and the zip, it just zips right up. It doesn't catch and jag, and it doesn't do all that. When you're holding the bag in your hand, and I actually brought a couple examples because I always keep, I love having leather bags around. But when you're holding a quality piece of leather, you can see it in the patina. And what I mean when I say the patina, look at the details of this. Now this particular bag, this is one of the highest end bags that I own. I actually bought this for myself as a gift to myself when I went over to Italy. So I actually got this, it was really just a nice gift to myself. But I find this kind of stuff on a good, with good frequency, with some frequency here in the States. It's not the easiest to find. So don't watch this video go thinking that you're going to find this every day. Here in the green room, it's funny because I'd mentioned some stuff about bags about a year ago now, and in the green room. And there's been people there that I've talked about, oh, there's a bag, oh, I found this, oh, I sold this for that. And people go, I still have yet to find a bag. And it's like, I've been saying, it's hard to find, but here I find them with some frequency in Charlotte. It's like that game Pokemon. Like, you're gonna go find like the most rarest Pokemon every day. It's not gonna happen. So, with that said, here's some stuff to look out for if and when you do come across a bag that you think might be high quality. Okay, so the first thing is the brand. You have to consider whether the bag has a brand or not. If it has a brand, you need to figure out what brand it is. Now there are some brands out there that are more known than others. There's a few like Mori, M-O-R-I, Mori, Tumi, T-U-M-I, and there's a few other ones as well. Dilana, D-I-L-A-N-A. Those are a few. I'm not going to give out all the names that I know, but I know that those are a few that generally are associated with pretty good quality. So you want to consider the brand, if it has one, and if it doesn't. Because again, there are some bags out there that may have very high level of workmanship and craftsmanship, but they don't have a household name top-end brand. So you have to have the determination to know, okay, this is really good, even if it doesn't have XYZ name on it. That's the first thing. Number two, you want to check out the hardware of the bag and see what the features are, because really at the end of the day, when a person, man or woman, picks up an accessory like a bag, it really becomes an extension of what they have on them or where they're taking it. So I'm going to pick up another bag for an example. Here is another bag that I've got, and it is a St. Denis. This is not really the highest end of bags, but I had it laying around. I wanted to just show you some examples of other kind of bags that you have. Now I think I spent like $2 on this. I actually don't have this listed. I just haven't gotten around to listing it yet. However, I wanted to just show you for the purposes of this video, it's a pretty nice bag. And for me, having spent $2 on this, I am absolutely certain that if I list this for, $15, $20 at least, I could list it for higher. I've not sold this brand before, but if I did not list it, if I did not try and sell it, I know that I could at least hold on to it, give it to somebody as a gift. I mean, there's a lot of different uses for it. But when you look at the hardware on it, bags like these, they do a lot. They can hold a lot. You go through here, there's space. You can put a laptop in there, you can put your notes in there, you can put pens, pencils, and there's usually a good amount of compartments on a good quality leather bag. I would definitely regard this as a quality leather bag. Would I regard it as, the highest end XYZ brand? No. However, it's certainly worth more than $2, it's certainly worth more than $20, and if it's the type of thing, if you run across it for $1, $2, $5 at a yard sale, you make money all day long. You'll make money. I'm not saying you're going to make $75, $100, $200 on every single bag. Now there are bags out there where you will make a lot of money and flip it like that, but you got to consider the brand. So in this instance, it's St. Denis. I don't think it's that high end, but it's a good bag. So another thing you want to look out for when you do have these bags, this thing. If you are going to sell online or sell in person, having this shoulder strap on the bag, if it is a bag that has a shoulder strap, you pretty much need to have it. If you don't have the shoulder strap, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, and you're going to basically, however long it would have taken you to sell it with the shoulder strap, it's going to take you twice as long, maybe 3 times as long. You might not even sell it without the shoulder strap. It just, in large part, depends on whether the shoulder strap is even available for the buyer to replace it with elsewhere. Meaning, can they find that shoulder strap on eBay? Or can they find another shoulder strap that's very similar to the one that you had, or that should have been there for that bag? It is important. It's vitally important. It doesn't matter how you list it on eBay, Craigslist. If there is no shoulder strap and you say there's no shoulder strap, people are still going to ask you, no shoulder strap? No shoulder strap? Even if you put it in bold letters, all capitals, stars next to it, multiple times in red, it doesn't make a difference. No shoulder strap? No, why no shoulder strap? That's what happens. So, being repetitive for a reason, don't buy these bags without a shoulder strap. If you have to come across the most high-end brand for me personally to buy it without a shoulder strap, because it's annoying, it's frustrating, and you're guaranteed almost in some cases for a return if you sell that without a shoulder strap. Just so you know. So that's probably the second thing. Make sure there's a shoulder strap. So you want to check out the brand, look at the hardware, know what it is, know the features of it, and then you want to make sure if there's a shoulder strap or not. The next thing, and I don't have an example with me here, I have a few inside, but basically there are some bags that are not really like the messenger bags that kind of go over your shoulder, and they're more so bags that essentially they go from here and they go down. They're like roller bags. You actually put them on the ground and then you walk with them, kind of like your luggage. And basically there is an extension that comes up, and then you hold it while you're walking and you walk away with it. And that's one of those kind of bags that's like designed for like the office people, professionals and such. They can actually take their bag, walk with it like rolling luggage, maybe when they're in the airport or when they're going to a meeting, and they look really slick too, and lots of different brands make those. So my point in mentioning those, if you're going to have one of those bags, you got to check the hardware when you get it. Make sure that extension thing works. Make sure that the wheels are in good shape, because that kind of bag's going to have wheels on the bottom of it. Make sure those things are in good shape. The best type of bag, the best type of condition when you have that bag is one where the wheels are almost immaculate with no scratches on them. If you can find a bag like that, that shows the buyer that it's in insane condition. So, 3, you want to make sure you take good photos. This is the kind of high-end item that you want to take very good photos of. Take great photos. And not just great photos, take many photos. The more photos you have of this on the inside of the bag, the hardware, the exterior, the interior, the color, get the light right. If you do that, you will sell these bags and you'll probably get more for them. Make your photos pop and make them stand out. Make them different than any other listing that's out there, and you'll make money. I did a video one time on a bag. One of my first couple scores, I did a video. It was a Toomey bag that I sold for like $350. Not exaggerating. I literally sold it for $350, and I had scored it for, I think it was $10 at a yard sale. It might have been a little less than $10. I don't remember what I had sourced it for, but it was definitely $10 or below. And I sold it for 30 times my money. After fees, I made somewhere, above $220 in profit. And it sold within a week and a half, and I did it as an auction. So that's the kind of stuff that every once in a while you're going to come across, and it comes down to knowing the brand, knowing knowing what you have, the hardware, what the features of the bag is, making your description kind of communicate what the bag is intended for, being transparent about the condition, transparent with your photos, and basically pricing the items high. That's probably the last thing. Don't price these low. When you come across a jackpot item, because that's essentially what high-end leather bags are, when you come across a jackpot item, it's not the time to go try and beat the market and price as low as you can. You're leaving money on the table, you look like an idiot, so price the item accordingly. When you go look at sold listings, completed listings, current listings, you'll see most of these items are higher end. So you kind of need to be in line, because if you price lower, you might get the sale, but you're leaving money on the table and you could get more. Additionally, you might even jeopardize your listing, because essentially on Craigslist, if you have it too low, you might have competition that comes and says, what is this guy doing? He's destroying my market, and he might flag your listing and take it and get it taken down. I've seen that happen before many times. I've never done it, but I've seen it happen. On eBay, you can get somebody who can start mess with you. I mean, seriously, so it would be in your best interest to think about staying roughly in line with the marketplace, but you do what you want to do. Just some personal words of wisdom from my experience. So with that said, I think I've covered most of the key things to note when it comes to high-end leather bags. Again, I gave you a couple brands: Mori, M-O-R-I, Toomey, T-U-M-I, as well as what's the other one that I had mentioned? Dilana, D-I-L-A-N-A. So there's a few other brands out there, some really good high-end stuff. I wouldn't go crazy with St. Denis. That's the fourth brand mentioned, so I wouldn't go crazy with it. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. Hope you found it useful. If you like the content of this video and you like seeing more of this stuff, I'm going to ask you, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching. You take care and you have a great day.